Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leanne. I just wanted a quick little video talking about inner conversations. It's so important to be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. What is your inner conversation throughout the day? Now, I know that some of you might say, okay, well, I wake up and I journal, I write down everything that I'm grateful for, or I think about what I want throughout the day, and that's amazing. But the rest of the day, now think about it. Let's say you take, even a whole hour to journal or script, visualize, affirm, whatever technique that you're using to talk about or like set the intention of your day unfolding. Now that's 1 hour. You still have about 16 hours maybe that you're awake. 16 hours. Think about it. What is your inner conversation? Are you sitting there and, styling your hair and saying, God, I hate my hair so much, like it just looks horrible today, or oh, there's no food in the refrigerator and damn it, I have to go shopping again, or oh man, I got a new bill today. How am I going to pay that? I only get paid in 2 weeks, or, or thinking about, like, let's say if it's an SP, specific person, and you're waiting for them to call you, and then you're sitting there saying, oh, they must not want to be with me anymore. They haven't called me in 2 days, and what's going on there? And, or like, let's say you applied at a new job and you're sitting there and you're still checking your email, and oh man, they still didn't message me, and what's going on? And so think about it. What are your inner conversations throughout the day? Because those are going to be your dominant thoughts. If you're doing that for 16 hours, that 1 hour, I mean, you have to work a lot harder, I feel anyway, to erase all of the old thoughts. Because if your assumptions and your feelings and your thoughts are what are manifesting, if most of them, many more hours throughout the day, are negative, then that's why you aren't seeing all of these things for that 1 hour that you're scripting about. You're not seeing them show up. They still may, it might just take a little bit longer, but a lot of people I've seen, they're talking about like many years of not getting what they feel that they deserve. But it's because, probably the inner conversations, like spiraling, especially, that's horrible when you spiral and you're staying in that feeling for the longest time. It's like, no. So try and be mindful of your inner conversations throughout the day. If you catch yourself with a negative thought, try and spin it, put a positive spin on it. So like, let's say you're waiting for an email about a job that you had applied for, and you didn't get the email. Like, first, if you can avoid it, stop checking that email every single hour. But let's say you have to for other things. Okay, so you check, you notice that they still didn't message you. You just, instead of sitting in there and starting to say, oh, I wonder if maybe they chose somebody else, tell yourself, it's probably protocol. They have no choice. The company requires that they have to continue finishing all of the interviews before they do, background checks or whatever, and before they call you back in for a second interview, or before they even want to offer you a position. So, your specific person, let's say, they have ghosted you. Well, you can tell yourself, I know it's a lie, but you can tell yourself things like, it's okay, they're probably very busy and they want to give me their full attention. And so that's why they haven't really messaged me, because I know they have a very demanding job and they're going to message me as soon as they have free time, because they're going to want to see me in person. Like, whatever it is that makes you feel better about this situation that you're trying to manifest, to see in your 3D reality, try and put a positive spin, whatever it is, and I know that can be difficult. I'm very guilty of it as well, that, sometimes I'll see things and it keeps showing up, and instead of using my own advice, I'll kind of spiral a little bit. But then I catch myself and then I stop and I realize, nah, you know how to get what you want, girl. You've done this 100 times before. This is nothing special. Because we all have that one thing we feel that we don't deserve. I notice, you know, I mean, maybe some people feel like they can have it all, they deserve it all, and that is amazing to be in that feeling. But most people that I have spoken to always feel like there's something that's harder, you know, like some people might think that money is very easy to get, but they can't get that love that they want, you know, or other people might think that they can be strong and healthy, but they can't get that job that they want, you know, like it's different for everybody. So, you know, being human, like myself as well, I go through it, you know, like I'm normal. So I'm not going to sit here and lie and say like I have every single thing that I want. It's just I know how to stay in that focus and, you know, catch myself, get out of it, and then start seeing things unfolding again for me. But many things, like I've seen so much progress over the years since I've been learning and teaching about manifesting, and it's unbelievable. And it's like, okay, there's a saying that I saw, it's like if you, I forget exactly how it goes, but it's something like if you knew that your thoughts you're creating, you would never have a negative thought again. And it's so true. And I catch myself so many times and I'm like, oh my God, like why? But it's a habit, you know. So it's like you want to get out of that and start, you know, being more in the positive feeling. But yeah, so be mindful of your inner conversations and just trust that you deserve everything that you want. I'll see you in the next video.